People taking to the streets today in Atlanta, protesting outside the CDC headquarters against the H1N1 vaccine. About a dozen people dressed in full hazmat suits voiced their opposition to the government-recommended flu shots. The argument about vaccines continues to really rage across the country, but despite whether or not you plan to get the vaccine, there are still things that you can do to prevent yourself from getting sick. And for more on that, I'm joined now by Jill Grable from Spectrum Health Healthier Communities. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
This is a big topic because a lot of people seem to be really scared about a vaccine. So trying to stay healthy in a natural way, having to do with the vitamins and things that are in our system.
Right.
What can you tell us about that? What can we do in advance?
We need to make sure we're healthy now. You know, it's not good to wait till you're sick and load up on the vitamins. Get healthy now so that hopefully you're warding off ever getting sick. And if you happen to get sick, you'll be able to beat it that much better.
So you can weather the storm a little bit better.
That's right.
Okay, so let's talk about the power of vitamin D. I know there has been a lot of information about vitamin D really helping to combat the flu. What do we know about that?
We know that vitamin D in general is too low, especially here in Michigan. Vitamin D really is the best made in our skin, and we need it from the sun, we need it from UV light. And what do? We put on a lot of sunscreen, and we don't get the UV light.
So it solves one problem but causes another.
That's right, and they do recommend to get out in the sun for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes without sunscreen, and then put it back on or get it on for the day. So you need a little bit of sun because that's one of the best ways to get vitamin D. You can get it in food, you know, make sure you get vitamin D, fortified foods, that's great, but the sun is definitely the way to go. And we just have trouble with that here in Michigan.
Should we have sun at all, right?
Yeah.
What about supplements? I mean, fruits and vegetables, number one way, I would imagine, to get the nutrients that we need. But what about supplements?
You know, honestly, to do it the best way, to be as healthy as you can, get it from the foods. Because if you just pull out, let's say an orange, we know that vitamin C is good for us, it helps fight off colds and flus. But if you just pull out one nutrient and take vitamin C out of it, we're missing all the other things that orange can give us, all the things that work together in synergy that we aren't going to get just from taking a pill. So if we can get it from foods, that's the best way to get it. If you need to go to a pill, just go to multivitamin. Don't mega dose yourself. Don't overdo.
I was going to say, how do you know what you're deficient in and what you could use a boost in, and even if you are deficient, you don't want to take too much?
That's right. So whenever you find something, just make sure you're getting about 100%. You don't want to go overboard with 3,000% of anything. You don't want to do too much. So if you're real careful, and if you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables and making sure you have all the colors of the rainbows, then we know we have all the fruits, all the vitamins and minerals we need for the day. So that in itself is a reassurance when people ask, how do I know if I'm getting enough? Right there, if you're eating a good colorful variety of fruits and vegetables, you're doing great for yourself.
That's a good benchmark. Okay,
yeah.
Jill Grable with Spectrum Health Healthier Communities. Thank you for joining us in the newsroom.
Thank you for having me.